Laura Hillenbrand's book, Unbroken, is this incredible true story all about survival. But what makes it so powerful isn't just one single fight. No, it's how the very nature of that fight completely changes in the most dramatic way you can imagine. So let's dive in and really explore how a shift in conflict can create these amazing layers of meaning. Okay, so to really get what Hillenbrand pulls off here, we've got to quickly look at one of the basic building blocks of any great story, and that is conflict. It's the engine, the thing that drives everything forward. So, yeah, simply put, conflict is the struggle. It could be a character battling nature or another character or, even fighting something inside themselves. It's what gets our hearts pounding and makes us need to know what happens next. And that question, that's really the heart of Louis Zamperini's story, isn't it? It makes you wonder about human endurance. I mean, how much can one person possibly take when the rules of the game, the rules of survival, are totally rewritten on them, right in the middle of it all? So the story's first huge struggle is a classic man versus nature fight. Louis Zamperini's bomber crashes into the Pacific. He's stranded on this tiny raft, and his enemy? Well, it's the ocean itself. Just listen to how Hillenbrand does this. The language is so simple, but it creates absolute terror, right? The biggest threat isn't some crazy storm, it's a quiet, calm moment. And in that silence, you can almost feel that constant screaming danger from the sharks literally inches away. It's just a brilliant way to build that suspense. And the threats were just relentless. And importantly, they were impersonal. You've got starvation, dehydration, that brutal sun. The enemy here isn't malicious, it's just indifferent. The universe didn't care one bit if these guys lived or died, and that is its own special kind of horror. And of course, all of this comes from Hillenbrand's incredible book, Unbroken. Every single detail we're talking about is just so meticulously researched and powerfully told inside these pages. It's really something else. So after weeks and weeks of this brutal, raw struggle, the story hits this major turning point. The whole conflict is about to pivot in a way that just changes everything for Louis. Can you just imagine that for a second? After 47 days of seeing nothing but water and sky, you see a ship. It's got to be a rescue, right? This has to be the end of the nightmare. Now, in this moment, they actually think they've spotted land, and they're racing for it. But that ship, it spots them first. So that desperate final push for what they think is safety, well, it actually leads them right into the hands of their captors. So you have to ask yourself, is this it? Is this the moment of salvation they've been praying for? Is their ordeal finally over? And boom, there it is. In a single sentence, the entire story just gets turned on its head. The struggle against an indifferent force of nature, that's over. And a new, much more personal conflict is just about to begin. And this is the start of the second major conflict. And the stakes are completely different now. The battle shifts from just physical survival to a real battle for the soul. The new fight is man versus man. So here's the crucial thing to understand. The fight isn't about finding food or water anymore. It's about holding on to your own humanity when other people are trying, very systematically, very intentionally, to strip it away from you. The stakes have become almost entirely psychological. And this table just lays it all out so perfectly. I mean, look at the setting. You go from a vast, open, indifferent ocean to a tiny, confined, hostile cell. The antagonist shifts from the impersonal elements to cruel, calculating human guards. And the struggle itself completely transforms from one of pure physical survival to one of deep psychological endurance. So, why? Why does Hillenbrand construct her story this way? What's the point of this huge, dramatic shift in the conflict? And look, this isn't just some clever writing trick. It's a really powerful literary technique. Understanding how an author uses these core elements, things like setting and conflict, to build deeper layers of meaning, well, that's the key. It's what unlocks the difference between just reading a story and truly understanding it. So here's the big takeaway. Hillenbrand masterfully uses the change in setting as the actual trigger for the change in conflict. That physical space, going from the infinite to the confined, it directly mirrors the change in Louis' struggle. It goes from an external fight against nature to an internal one against the cruelty of man. And that leaves us with this central question for the entire rest of the book. I mean, it is one thing to endure the random, unthinking hardship of the natural world. It is a completely different thing to survive suffering that is deliberate, that is personal, and that is inflicted by another human being. That is the ultimate test of resilience.